We've got the California Baptist head coach and student athletes up on the press dais. We're going to start with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll open it up to questions for the student athletes first. Coach, go ahead and get started.
Yeah, I just want to thank all you guys for coming. Pretty awesome experience for us. I said the other day, this is the first time we've been to the NCAA tournament, and it wasn't just our team that was here. It was our whole community. Just having, so many fans, so many students, and just people here supporting us was pretty amazing. And I think we didn't win the game, but we definitely showed what CBU is capable of, both on the court and off. And I'm just really proud to be, a Lancer and just to kind of be a part of the night where, we brought so many people to the game. And, we're playing at Pauley Pavilion against UCLA, and just the journey that our school has been on, which, I've talked about, the last week or so. It was just really cool. So, thank you guys for coming and covering us. And, yeah, it was just a great night for us, even though we did lose.
We're going to open it up to questions for the student athletes. Start with a green sweater in the third row.
Joe Reedy, Associated Press, Kinsley and Nene. You got on the 9-0 run to get within 3 there late in the second quarter, and then how much of a momentum buster was it, that run that they made late in the half and going double digits into the locker room?
I think, yeah, it obviously sucked, but I think we're just a really resilient team, and we don't think the game's over till the last buzzer buzzes. So things happen during the game, momentum swing back and forth between teams, but we're not going to stop till the game's over.
We did make UCLA call 2 timeouts.
We're going to go with the green blazer on the far side.
So I guess, what did you guys think of UCLA? How far do you think this team could go?
If I'm being honest, maybe next round, the round after that, I think we did a really good job of exploiting their defense, and then they weren't hitting shots on the perimeter, so that was the game plan, and it was successful until they started to get the hustle plays with Gabrielle Hawkes. She started to get the momentum for them, so maybe next round after that.
I used to work at Creighton. Flannery's one of my good friends, so I'm going to say they're going to lose Knicks, but he probably won't be glad that I said that. So,
Third row in the white top, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group. I know you guys were kind of excited to just show the world CBU basketball. So, what do you think you kind of showed the world tonight?
CBU basketball, and that we're great at it, that we can play Power 5, non-Power 5. We've been doing this entire year, and I think we showed great resiliency. Even though we were down a lot, we still play hard until we seen 0-0. The buzzer went off.
We'll go second row on the far side, near side.
Kurt Sandoval from ABC7. Congratulations on a great year. Kind of picking up off what Coach said, it wasn't just about your program, it was about the student body and the whole community. I know sometimes when you get on the court, it's like white noise, but did you feel an energy and what it meant for you to have that kind of showing out there tonight?
We'll have Nene start and then go down the line.
Yeah, I think the fans were our sixth player, especially today. Definitely heard them, had their energy when we went on runs, and then that just kept the momentum going. So definitely for the community, and we felt it.
Yeah, I think our community is pretty tight-knit, and I think them coming out tonight showed that. Just feel so thankful and blessed that they all took the drive, even though it's down the road. That's just pretty awesome to be there to support us. And it goes to show how much of an impact you can make, not even on the court, but those around you as well. So I'm just really thankful for that.
Any more questions for student athletes on the far side?
And is ESPN going to hire you to do some halftime analysis and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
Sure.
If they call me, I'm here.
She's on ESPN Plus about 24/7. So
Yeah. You'd be great at it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Third row.
ESPN. Oof.
I know there were no players from that 2021 team on the roster on this year's, but for both of you, What does it feel like getting this, program into the NCAA tournament and kind of building off what they did?
We'll start with Dene.
I think it means everything. I think J.O. is a great coach, so every year he emphasizes the same things, the same goals, the same values. So with that, it just helps us get better on the court and off the court and then just have a closer bond with each other.
I would say from last year to this year, there's been a great jump from just like character and really installing our values, not just hearing them and being like, that's what we believe in, but that's what we are and that's all we know. I think just the people around us made it so every game you're just not playing for yourself, you're playing for the girls around you, and whether it's coaches, whether it's your teammates, there's just no greater feeling than being on this team this year, and I'm just very thankful.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Thank you, ladies.
Expect us to see us back next year. Do their thing.
Good job, guys.
We're going to open it up for questions for Coach. We'll start with Joe.
Jared, how much, obviously you scout Gabriela Jaquez before coming into the game, but with her at the 4 and doing a lot of different things, just how much of a difference was she in this game?
Well, she looked like her older brother, which was a bad thing for us. She played great. We were not surprised by that. We kind of prepared all week for like bigger lineups, and we're not going to complain that Betts didn't play. Obviously that was something we were looking at like, oh, well, that's good, for us. But Jaquez played great, and like I said, I had seen her play since she was a sophomore in high school, because she's from the area, and we knew she was capable of doing great things. She has such a good motor. And you could just see it. They said it just the hustle plays, and she really sparked them. And just defensively, she's really tough, especially because we're not super big either. So, being a little smaller for us, they probably matched up slightly a little bit better. But yeah, you just added another elite defender to an elite defensive team, and so it was a tough night for us in that way.
And then was there any point pregame or maybe even during the game you just kind of looked out and we're here?
Yeah, I definitely think that happened. I know when I was watching the game before, Creighton was playing UNLV, and you could kind of feel the crowd starting to come in. It wasn't quite all the way there, and I was sitting with 2 of my assistants, Brittany and Camille, that had played for me when we were Division II, and I just looked at them and I said, we are not in Van Dyne Gym anymore, because we used to play in this 1,000-seat gym that was, super small, and you're just looking around, you're at Pauley Pavilion, and the crowd is coming in, and it's a typical LA coming in a little bit late crowd, but you just had all the feelings of like a game, like that you would watch on TV, and it was just really cool. And then right before the game, Angie and one of my other assistants who's been with me for 10 years, and her and Camille and Britt were just sitting there, and I just walked down the line, I said, and this is no disrespect to Holy Names, but they used to be in our conference when we were Division II. I said, guys, that is not Holy Names over there. That is UCLA. And it was just one of those moments where you're like, here we are. This is pretty cool. And I was just really glad to be able to share it with them, and because we have come a long ways. And then just sorry, I'm going to be rambling here for a couple minutes, but just looking across the way, we were scouting the game before, you guys probably don't know this, but I used to work at Creighton, and the lady who got me my first job, Connie Yori, she's an assistant coach there. I was an assistant coach for Flannery for 4 years. I helped recruit Chevy, one of his assistants. I also coached Chevy, and then also Jenny Burns, their Dobo. I shared an office with her for 2 years. And just kind of seeing all those people across the way from me as I'm doing my job over here. The sports information director for there used to be my roommate on the road. And it just kind of was a pretty awesome experience for me just to connect all of those people with the current group of people that I'm connected with CBU. To me, it was just a great full circle moment. and to do it in, probably the most iconic venue, on the West Coast. It was a great night for me. It's as good as you can feel losing by 29 points, but it was great.
We're going to go in the third row in the white top.
Hi, Haley Sawyer, SoCal News Group.
Yes.
You kind of touched on this already, but when you realized that Lauren Betts wasn't going to be playing tonight, did that affect anything that you were planning on?
Sadly, I guess it did a little bit. We'd spent all week working on double teaming her because she's such a great player, and obviously we hope that she comes back soon. Because it's just, you want to see the best players out there. And all we did was, all right, we're just going to play regular defense now. We weren't going to double team in the post, but I don't think it would have, they won by 29 points still, so I don't know if that would have made that much of a difference, but yeah, she's great, so hopefully she'll come back soon.
Third row on the near side.
Hate to be a downer here, but you have an NCAA tournament team.
Yeah.
With the transfer portal and everything, obviously bigger programs are going to look. Just what's the task of keeping this roster together, but also what makes it appealing maybe that somebody might look at you guys now?
Yeah, I think CBU is, we've lost kids for the last couple of years. We've had kids transfer to Power 5 schools. But we also have some good transfers. Nay and Kinsley are both transfers. So it kind of goes both ways. I think the one thing in general that makes you do is just really appreciate and cherish the team that you have currently, because you don't always know that that's going to be the team that comes back. And so I'm just really appreciative of the girls that I was able to coach this year. I think my number one goal at the beginning of the year was just to enjoy the season. The last 2 years have been tough on me personally, just coaching, but this team really let me coach them. And I think that when you mentioned the transfer portal, that's the one thing that I think gets missed, is that, with people being able to just get out whenever they want, you don't have to stick. I think a lot of coaches don't get the opportunity to coach their team in the best way that they can, and this team let me do it. And I'm just really appreciative of that and very thankful to them, and I won't forget that.
Any more questions for Coach? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you guys very much for coming.